Overthinking is not your problem. It's just a symptom of something deeper. You're not confused. You already know what you need to do. You're just afraid. Afraid to decide.
Think about it. How many times have you replayed the same thought over and over again, trying to find the perfect answer, the perfect decision? But the more you think, the more stuck you feel. You go back and forth, again and again. What if this is wrong? What if I regret it? What if there's a better option? And suddenly, a simple decision feels overwhelming. So you wait. You delay. You do nothing. Not because you don't know what to do, but because you're afraid of making the wrong choice. And the longer you stay there, the harder it becomes to move at all.
Let me ask you something. Be honest. Are you really confused, or are you just afraid of making the wrong choice? Because deep down, you already know what you want to do. You're just scared of what might happen if you choose wrong. And that's why you keep thinking again and again. Not to find the answer, but to avoid the risk. So instead of trying to think your way out of this, let's fix it. Step 1. Limit the decision. You don't need more options. You need fewer. Overthinking comes from having too many choices, too many paths, too many possibilities. So your brain tries to analyze everything at the same time. You keep comparing. You keep second-guessing. What if this is better? What if I choose wrong? And the more you think, the more overwhelmed you feel. So cut your options down. 2, maybe 3, no more than that. Because clarity comes from constraint. When your choices are limited, decisions become easier. Step 2. Set a decision limit. You don't need more time to think, you need a deadline. Because if you give yourself unlimited time, your brain will keep searching for better options, and it never stops. So decide this. Give yourself a limit. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 1 day. But once the time is up, you choose. No more overthinking, no going back and forth. Just decide. Because clarity doesn't come from thinking longer, it comes from deciding sooner. Step 3. Take imperfect action. You don't need the perfect choice, you just need a decision. Because overthinking keeps you stuck in your head. Action gets you out of it, so stop waiting for the perfect answer. There isn't one. Every option has risk. Every choice has uncertainty. But doing nothing is still a decision, and usually it's the worst one. So pick one path and move. Adjust later if you need to. Because clarity doesn't come before action. It comes after it. Step 4. Trust yourself. You don't need a perfect decision. You need to trust that you can handle the outcome. Because most of the time, you're not afraid of the choice. You're afraid of what happens after. What if it goes wrong? What if I regret it? But even if it does, you'll figure it out. You always do. And the more you trust yourself to handle whatever happens, the less you feel the need to overthink everything. Because you realize it's not about making the perfect choice. It's about knowing you'll be okay either way. Step 5. Move on quickly. Once you make a decision, stop looking back. No more second guessing. No more what if. Because every time you revisit the decision, you restart the doubt, and you fall back into overthinking. So decide and move forward. Focus on what you can do next, not what you could have done differently. Because progress doesn't come from perfect decisions. It comes from moving forward without hesitation. Maybe this is something you can try. You don't need to stop overthinking completely. You just need to stop letting it control you. Because you're not stuck. You're just afraid to decide. And that's okay. Everyone feels that way, sometimes. But the difference is, some people move anyway. Not because they're sure, but because they're willing to find out. So make the decision. Take the step, even if it's not perfect. Because clarity comes from action. And the more you move forward, the easier it gets.